Now, like many of you, I'm quite excited to have another operation in CSGO, and unlike many of you, I enjoy the Wingman mode more than I enjoy actual matchmaking. You know, there's less chance of getting a toxic teammate, especially if you queue with a buddy for a few hours. The games are really quick, so there's a lot of action. And it's basically Clutch Simulator if you play with a complete bot, which is fun in its own way. But I've always felt like the maps were kind of lacking. I enjoy Short Dust, but it has some fundamental issues. Train's really CT-sided unless you just gamble, lurk, and crap like that. Cobblestone, I don't enjoy it that much, especially since they changed it around. And then you have Nuke, which is just a complete mess, and Rialto, which is kind of fun to play every once in a while. But we actually have a map that was made specifically for Wingmen now in this operation, well, two of them, and I found that the best one is probably Guard out of both of them. It's a map that isn't two-sided in either direction, in my opinion, if you know how to play the T-side. And it's just an enjoyable experience. I've played about 10 matches on it so far. I played 10 last night with my friend, and we've kind of developed our own little meta with our own little calls and such. So I'm going to make this quick video to hopefully give you some calls that you can use if you queue with a friend, just to simplify things, but you've probably made up your own anyways. Now for our basic callouts, this area over here, we call this long because it's the longer path to the site, concerning if you come through here you could just be right on the site anyways. We call this long. This area over here is short, and this right here is drop. I'm pretty sure this QR code takes you to the Google search for chicken. That's an old meme right there. And we call this arch area here Walter, not because of the sign actually. Well, the sign sparked it, but if you have any idea why, put it in the comments and I'll heart your comment if you get it right. So those are the basic callouts that you can use. You don't really need to know anything else. Then obviously there's truck over there. And there's two smokes that I want to show you how to throw for your T side. And the first one here, you come up to this bike and get in this corner. When you're against the pedal, I'm holding W right now if you can't tell. I'm not moving forward anymore. Let me pick up an off to show you this. Alright, so you aim at this porta potty. You see, you don't aim in the middle. There's these three blue stripes on each side. You come to the one on the right, aim at the first blue line right there. And your vertical lineup is going to be this right here. So, you just do this, and this, and take a look where this lands. It's going to block off the most powerful angle on the map, in my opinion, at least for CTs. And there's no gap either over here. Now, this angle here is broken because... Oh, and one thing I should note is that the CTs can jump up here, so make sure you clear that. This angle is broken, I found, because nobody knows how to smoke it yet, at least until I released this video. And you could just sit there with an AUG. This is a Krieg, but the same difference. You sit there with an AUG and headshot people. And it's basically impossible to do anything since the SG is utter garbage now. And the second smoke I'm going to show you guys lands right here. It blocks off short, so if you couple it with the other smoke, you'll be able to take the site, only worrying about just a couple angles, and even get a bomb plant. So to throw it, you come up to this door in between drop and short, and you get right up against the left side of the door, the left side when you're looking at it, not when you're not looking at it. So right like this. Line up corner of this window and aim up to here. Don't aim too high, just aim right up to here. You see I'm aiming right about there, right underneath the other window. And then you just throw it and look where it lands. Even if you miss it a little bit, it's still going to land here if you use this lineup with absolutely no gap. Like, I could see maybe a little bit, and most of the time that's smoked off as well. And they're not really going to be able to get any kills since you're taking the site from over here anyways. So if you couple those two smokes together and just wing that one, you've only got to worry about this angle and then anything up close, especially in the drop corner, which can easily be mollied. That's what we call this. We call this drop corner and this back corner. And one warning for when you're doing this hit, since it takes a second to set up and the CTs get to the site first, you're likely going to find somebody in this corner if you keep doing it, but it's a very easy clear. All you do is just run out and then pre-aim, and you cleared it. Now over to the CT side for a little bit, I just want to show you guys a couple of positions that I think are pretty powerful. This one right here, you can get and just do this and hope that somebody doesn't clear it. But there are so many different ways to approach taking this fight here, because people do like to go here to short, because it's a quick pincer to the bomb site. You can play it from here. You can play it from here and get aggressive. You can even push up the stairs and you actually get there at a similar time. So as you're a T player, make sure you watch out for that. My friend that I queue with is very good at taking aggressive fights here so far because the meta isn't really figured out. Like, as much as people say how there's a meta in Wingman, there's no way. There sort of is. I've noticed people play very similarly, and maybe it's just through osmosis, because a lot of people play Wingman a lot, and they take ideas from other players that they saw. Like, I know I've done that before. So that's something that you can do here. And another problem you're going to run into on CT side are these fast splits where somebody will just run through long and then drop down. So what I've been doing is I'll have my AUG here, or my M4, whatever I'm using at the time, and I'll just be scoped in looking after I get to this angle here. And if I don't see anybody for the first 3 or so seconds, I'll run back and throw a molly there, because it takes slightly longer to get to drop than it does to peeking long right back there. And I've been pincered quite a few times. You're just straight up rushed with Tech 9s and CZs and Mac 10s and died because of it. That stopped me from doing that because I hear them drop and then they're forced to take some molly damage. Another thing that I like to do is when I'm getting pincered, I'll throw a lurk smoke here and just fully focus on fighting this guy. Now this portion of the video is just going to be me talking about what I think can be improved in the map, just based on my 10 play sessions of it. So if you're not interested in that, you can just click off now. You got your information that you came for. Make sure you leave a like if you liked the video, and subscribe if you like my content. I'm hoping to make some more very shortly. So, my first criticism of the map so far is that this ladder room here, I feel like it doesn't really do much, because it doesn't provide that much of a faster rotate, at least for somebody like me who sucks at ladders in CS, because you have to walk everywhere anyways, especially because people really like to play this close corner in the late round. So I've yet to really find reasoning for it. Now, the one time it has worked for me is I made a interesting flank where I got up here as a CT and caught the players by walking to drop as they were hitting the site. But that's really it so far. There isn't really too many advantages to it instead of just walking back down here. Maybe you get there a couple seconds faster, but it hasn't really been that big of a player in my game so far. Another thing is, I do think there are too many angles to watch it short. I think the map is very evenly sided so far, like I said, but I've been killed quite a few times by people just popping up and headshotting me. And maybe reduce the T timing to getting here just a little bit, but that's just my early idea so far. Like I said, we'll have to see how it plays even more. But like I said, this map is very solid. I really enjoy playing around this area on T side and flanking people. I enjoy playing this side on CT side. I'm going to definitely be playing this map a lot more and hopefully coming up with some more nades and whatnot. So good job. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you.